What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a complete tier ranking list of the top cannabis equipment manufacturers in the business. You already know we're finna give you some straight up fire, straight up gas today. Let us go ahead and dive right on in to the content.
The industry will no longer be subject to confusion. Everybody will be able to see the entire picture. Welcome to the future.
You already know, hit that like, subscribe, bell button notification. Definitely helps me out and will help everyone else out as well. So let's go. We have the cannabis equipment ranked by a professional chemist. We've got S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, and F tier. What you really want to look for, what you really want to avoid. So first off, let us start out with best value Vax. Best value Vax. This is a decent option for you if you are strapped for cash and or really just a hobbyist. They offer no ASME certification on their tanks, which for professionals is a pretty big deal, and it kind of looked like they make everything without really specializing in anything. There are just some nuances to industry professionals that really leave something felt lacking here as far as detail and craftsmanship. That being said, they are extremely fair in their pricing, and for what it is, you could really go a long way using this equipment. It is also worth mentioning that they have an excellent chiller selection, so that is why for best value Vax, we gave them a B tier rating. All right, another one of my favorites, open source steel. This is going to be one of our favorite manufacturers. The brothers up in Washington really know their stuff and have immaculate customer service. They bring a very fair price with quality steel and are always looking to increase their fairness. My favorite part about them is going to be the ultimate customizability that you get with their machinery. You can tell that these guys have been in the game for a long time by the little details. This is going to be my go-to for any closed loop build out that I would personally use. The downside is that you kind of need to know what you are looking for to really get the cream of the crop out of this manufacturer. Even that being said, with the customer service, we know that any machine they recommend is going to be really close to perfection. Some minor tweaks here and there will leave nothing lacking. The only reason we did not rank them top of the top tier is because they only offer this niche equipment. If they had the ability to give us some reactors and distillation units under the same quality, workmanship, and craftsmanship that they offer around their closed loop units, this would no doubt be an easy S tier. So we rank open source steel in the Pacific Northwest with a conservative A. Very, very close to S tier. Very, very close. Okay? USA Labs, yes sir, USA Labs out in Michigan. Once again, this one is very hard not to give a top tier to. These guys offer across international quality with very, very affordable prices. A literal one-stop shop for American lab equipment. Everything is incredibly priced, and the chilling and heating units offered are phenomenal. This is the very first company that I've seen offer Class 1 Division 1 chillers at a price that we can afford, so we don't have to build an entire other room outside of our laboratory. What that does is makes gradient heating or chilling a walk in the park. Also, one of our favorite recommendations. If you needed one place to get all of your equipment, I would not hesitate to shop here. The literal only reason that I did not rank them top tier is because their closed loop extractors have no way to weigh out your solvent or monitor the flow rate, which is super important to me. You know what? Now that I think about it, you guys just go ahead and buy a scale. We think that these guys do a great job and use them personally, so we are actually going to go ahead and give them an S tier rating. They are an excellent choice for equipment manufacturing. All right, now let's get into Across International. That's right, we all know these guys, one of the OGs in the cannabis space. These guys have almost all of it. They are professional, top-tier quality craftsmanship and have a warranty and customer service department that really protects that large investment. That being said, they can get quite pricey. I mean, you do have to pay for quality if quality is what you are looking for. And if you want to give your investors peace of mind and you've got the budget to back it up, Across is a very, very good choice. We are going to go ahead and give them an A tier rank. Now, let's go. Beaver, guys, I gotta put this company on the list. If you've only got 35 cents and a Cracker Jack box, but still need to build a lab, this is gonna be the place. They offer a 1-year warranty on all of their equipment, and they have a pretty good selection. However, in our experience, the quality control does leave something to be desired. The craftsmanship is okay, but not great, and you can tell that these are not specialists in the industry. You better have a consultant or know what you are doing. If you get from here, the chances are you might be missing some critical pieces of infrastructure. But hey, cheap and bare bones is sometimes the play, especially in a pinch. So we give Beaver a C tier ranking. C tier ranking. That's right. Okay, next up we've got Extraction Tech Solutions. All right, guys, do you have a baller budget and want a closed loop system that a baby could operate? If so, these are your guys. Now, they don't get high, pun intended, on the list because closed loop extraction is all they really do. They do offer some media filtrations and some chillers. However, they kind of source those from other people like MTX. But when I say that they specialize in this closed loop extraction equipment, I mean it. The runtimes are a bit slow due to the way that the machine is designed, and customer service is kind of a hit or miss. You know, sometimes you can get somebody on the phone, sometimes you can't. We've had mixed reviews with those from our clients and us personally, but if you want to wow everybody in the room and don't mind taking a little bit longer to run, they missed no details. There's not much customizability here. What you see is what you get, although they do have some minor upgrades that makes life a bit easier. Be prepared to get some whopping chillers to handle this beast because the Corgan pump that they provide is going to get hot, hot, hot. They do deserve a mention though, as these guys know what they're doing. They also offer some consultation, though pricey, on their machines. While it will teach you how to run the machine in and of itself, be prepared to slide a few extra hundo bucks to the consultant that comes out there to coax some oil tech out of them, and you will definitely be in the right direction. We give Extraction Tech Solutions a B rank on the ranking scale. Now, next up, we've got Root Sciences. This company is awesome. Hands down. Have you ever slid into a Porsche for the first time, dropped it into third gear and hit the gas? That's what it feels like with this company's equipment. Their distillation systems are cream of the crop. The setup, operation, and training included with the delivery leaves nothing to be desired. They are a great team and also my go-to for distillation services in my own laboratories. Also worth noting that this is not really for the hobbyist. This is for the industrialist or the professional. Everything is immaculate, and they even partnered with ETS to corner more of the market. That's why we give Root Sciences an easy A. Now, we would definitely mark them in the top tier S category if they had a few more options for laboratory equipment on the list. Guys, most of these companies in the A tier list could easily become S tier operators if they allowed us to source all of our laboratory needs from that same quality company that we are looking for. Next up, and we've all heard of these guys, Precision Extracts, now known as Agrify. These guys gotta make the list just because of how big they are, and although it pains me to say it, not in a very good way. We have all by now heard the rumors of litigation and cutthroat tactics from this company. Most of the equipment is over-engineered where it doesn't really matter and under-engineered where it really does. They do have a lot of equipment options though, and I will say that the design team and the customer service in all of my personal experiences was absolutely top notch. If you ever wonder why you see so much of this equipment for sale used on the internet, this is why. Not often do the promises add up to the outcome in production, and that's saying something because this equipment is not cheap. Overpriced and shady tactics like trying to talk faster than a consumer can understand is why we give precision extracts a C on the tier list. Next up, we have Decimal Engineering. These guys were formerly known as MRX Extractors. Now, I can only give you my personal experience as WKU was called in to design their new closed-loop machinery. After being adamant about the flaw in their design, they decided to back out of the contract and refuse to pay the remainder of it. If they did that to us, there's no real telling what they would do to you. The equipment was kind of set up to be a catastrophic failure, at least in the initial design phases that we looked over, once again in my opinion, but that had a quite significant price tag attached to it with all of the flaws. Also remember those shady sales tactics that we mentioned with Precision? Well, the head guy who was in charge of those sales from Precision got fired from there, and guess where he works now? Yes, you guessed it, he works at Decimal Engineering. I dislike even having to put this ranking, but if you have bad integrity and questionable engineering, I would be doing my viewers a disservice by not shedding that light. Who knows though, if you got a couple $100K to blow, try them out. Let us know your experience in the comments. We give Decimal Engineering an F rating. Next up, we've got BR Instruments. Now, I honestly cannot stand giving bad reviews, as it's in my nature to give life, not criticize. So I won't spend long on here other than point blank, this equipment doesn't work. We purchased 3 of these units, and the tech that came out to do the install literally had to take a pocket knife out and shave down the molecular comb because it was hitting the glass and smoking straight out of the crate. Throughput was nowhere near what was promised, but they do have a monitoring system that was pretty clutch, and it had the possibilities. It really had the possibilities to be a great machine, but that was barely enough to make us mention them, and we still put them in the F rating. Now, next up, we've got Lab Society. You can't have even ventured into the distillation realm without at least hearing about Lab Society. Their packable distillation head, way back in the day, changed the game a few years ago. And the G33 short path distillation system is a top tier SPD setup. Meticulous controls, ease of use, and overall, in my opinion, just a great company. Also one of my go-tos for small scale distillation. I never had a piece of glass or infrastructure break or go down. Customer service was always exemplary, and SPD is what they specialize in, and it definitely comes with a price tag attached to it. But if you are serious about what you are doing, I would not hesitate for a second to purchase one of their units. They would have made the A tier list, but they are now part of Agrify, who's pretty much buying everybody up, and well, we talked about the litigation already, so we go ahead and give Lab Society a B tier. Finally, my own company, Seed to Shelf. Now, guys, I am definitely biased because I'm a part owner of this company. Therefore, I might not have the absolute unbiased opinion here. However, this is the only fully turnkey laboratory. The price tag is not something to shrug at. It's priced at a reasonable, although sizable, 1.5 million US bucks. These labs come with laser precise data tracking on the Elrond blockchain via API on all equipment and system infrastructure. It also comes with complete virtual training using Unreal engines. You can learn everything about your lab with little to no experience all the same way that we train United States Air Force pilots. Not to mention, we either manufacture or source our equipment from the most prestigious companies in the world. If you know nothing about cannabis processing and need a fully turnkey setup that you put feedstock in one side and produce money out of the other side, this is going to be your option. And as far as I'm concerned, the only one in the world of its kind. You can literally run this entire laboratory on your provided Alienware laptop from home with a bunch of different controls, manifolds, and solenoids that automate the entire process if you want it. That's why we give seed to shelf an obvious S tier on the tier list. Now, guys, literally, I could make this an hour long. There are so many honorable mentions like Pope Scientific, BHO Gart, Agilent, Fisher, Capna Systems, Lab First, Busy Bee, and Prospient. So before I get crucified in the comments, let me know if you would like us to feature some of your systems on the channel. I do know our audience, and I try to give the broadest spectrum for all types of lists and budgets. Once again, this is just the opinion of a chemist that has used this infrastructure for a decade. That doesn't necessarily mean that all experiences will be the same. Do your own research and let us know if we can help you navigate this industry in the future. Also worth noting that most of these, if not all of them, are going to come predominantly from United States manufacturing. So while we did not offer across the world laboratory solutions, maybe we will in a future video. Also, don't forget to sign up for the revolutionary Discord where we have built and changed labs, lives, and relationships in this industry. You can find that in the pinned comment section for only $10 a month. Guys, it has been a blessing, a privilege, nay, an honor to be able to teach and consult with you guys. Let me know if you want to see more rankings on different things, maybe media I was thinking. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this type of video, and we'll be sure to bring you one in the future. I'm Grim from WKU Consulting. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out.